Hi there, Starscream back for a quick review. Now, this one's been requested. I don't do that request stuff very often, but I thought make an exception because I've done this character ages ago, but it was on an old webcam, and it was horrible. It was grainy, pixelated, it's a mess. So, I thought this is a good opportunity. And it's Reflector. Now, as you can tell, well, actually, Reflector wasn't released generally to the public. It was a mail-away thing. I think you had to collect tokens off the back of the boxes, or coupons, or something along those lines. So, he was a rare one to come by, especially in the UK. I don't even know if he got that mail-away option. I think there may have been. I could be wrong. But anyway, it wasn't released in the shop, so that makes it hard to get, doesn't it? And as a kid, what do you do with a box when you open it? You rip it up and you throw it away. But this is the pre-Transformers Diaclone variant. So I would say that this is probably as rare as the mail-away one. It's definitely older. This is, I think, this is the 1978 one. So this is pre-Transformers Diaclone Reflector. And it's just called Robot to Camera. And this box is actually that old. The box is a couple of years older than me if it's a 78. That's scary. Alright, let's get him out and let's have a look at this little chap, shall we? Hi there, back again. Okay, let's go through the names of these, shall we? It's Spectro, Viewfinder and Spyglass are the names, and these are the three guys in question. He's actually indicated, I think, in the cartoon to be some sort of Gearsalt or combiner, purely on the basis that they all seem to move very similar, they speak. Actually, they're more of a symbiont relationship, actually, I'd go as far to say, because they speak at the same time, in unison. So when one speaks, the other two speak. It's very bizarre. He's not in it very much, actually. He arrives in Arrival from Cybertron, this chap. And I don't know where he comes from, because when the Decepticons board the Autobot ship and they crash, well, where the hell are they? They're not there. They don't assault the Autobots, and they don't crash on Earth. So I can only assume it's a later creation that either the Decepticons did or Teletran 1 did when it was scanning for new varying alt modes for them. It just, I don't know, randomly scanned a camera and thought, well, let's give that three little robots, shall we? I have no idea, but he's in the background most of the time. It's usually indicated that he seems to serve the Decepticons more than, say, he doesn't work with them, he works for them. He's treated like a slave, actually. He's always being kicked around. There's one really good episode where Starscream's, I think it's Rumble goes, we need somebody to ride on the space bridge, to take the Energon. And Starscream goes, you volunteered, brave soldier. And he's going, no, not me. And he gets sent. Well, that's later on that's indicated. And you never really see them, other than Arrival from Cybertron, together again properly. They're just sort of like split up. And in the cartoon, they all look the same, really. I don't know why they did that, but they just seem to always be collecting Energon. He speaks with Starscream's voice when in the very first Arrival from Cybertron episode. He says something, I can't remember. This is a bit like taking oil cake from babies, or something along those lines. If you watch it, you'll know what I mean. And he speaks with Chris Latter's voice. Now, he is actually in the movie. He never speaks, and he's only seen, I think, on Cybertron when it's being attacked by Unicron, and, pardon me, he's just running off to defend Cybertron. You can assume he dies if you want then, because, in all fairness, whether he died or he didn't, it doesn't really matter, because he didn't do a heck of a lot, did he? Now, let's take a look at the toys. Now, I don't know which name goes with which character, so it doesn't really matter, does it? You know the names, so you see the toys. Now, I don't know if you can tell. Sorry. If you can't, the camera's picking up the light. This does actually, to a small degree, reflect, well, not reflect, enlarge, slight magnification now, albeit very pitiful. Because there's actually a lens here, it goes down to a bit of glass there, and it reflects there and comes out there. I don't know. It's not great, is all I can say. Now, they're pretty much similar, these toys. These two are the most similar. Other than the fact, he's used for the camera part where you take a picture, say, so he's got a click on his head. And this guy doesn't. And, yes, they're practically the same toy, these two, look. One's red, obviously, one's blue. His arms fold forwards on him to transform him. His ones fold back. i.e. that way you get a separate looking chest piece, don't you see? Different shape because arms fold in, arms fold back. All in all, they're alright, they're quite nicely balanced. There's metal on these. I don't know if the original Transformer Diaclone ones I used did, but these are the Diaclones and they have metal on them. And I love the old 80s bit. I love the old shiny bits of plastic metal they used to use. Plastic shiny stuff, not metal. Yes. And here we go, the main guy in the centre. You never actually see him in the cartoon. You only see the other two. As I said, they all look the same, and for some reason he's not in it. And as you said, he's got a very different head moulding, completely different from the others. And obviously a completely different figure as regards transformation that folds in there and just slips back. I mean, the transformations are very simplistic and very basic. They come with the standard weapons, a little thing you put on here. What do you call it? Lens cover, I suppose, of some kind, and you also got the flash that sits on the side. Now, as you can see, the name on it doesn't say Reflector on here, does he? See, because he is the Diaclone one. And all in all, it's kind of a nice toy. I wish it'd been better developed, obviously had possibilities, but as with a lot of Transformer lines, he has to make way for the new toys, because it was primarily to sell toys. And they're quite nice. I actually like the red one the best. I don't know why, I just like this one the best. I think he just looks better than the others. Personal preference, I suppose. They're all pretty much of a much. Now, something interesting that I got off eBay, which is a knockoff, by the way, completely and utterly, is this. It's horrible, but I'll show you anyway. It's a knockoff of Reflector, and it's a knockoff of the Diaclone one. Hence the name again at the top, which for some reason they haven't put on straight. And it's rather much larger. Now, if I take this guy off the side here, the transformation of these is exactly the same, and the colour scheme is different. But hey, look, he's much bigger. He's supposed to be the same as the red guy, who I will pick up here. You can see the difference in size, can't you? So the camera is very, very much larger, and the quality of these things is quite crap. But I'll tell you what they did do, which is pretty good. They kept the shiny stuff on them again, which I like. So, good on you. But, to be honest with you, would I recommend picking up this? No, not at all. This guy, on the other hand, no, I would. Now, he doesn't have a comic run up until very, very recently in a Spotlight episode. And that was with Wheelie. And it's very good, actually, because they've crashed. Wheelie's crashed on the planet, and he's looking for a way off it. He can't make communication or contact with the Autobots, so he's on his own. And 3 Decepticons have crashed. Yes. It's Reflector. And he's crashed on the planet as well. Now, one of them's dead. Now, I'm going to quickly show you here now, because this is the one to look out for if you see it, okay? If you haven't read this, it's great. I mean, I didn't think I'd like it initially because it's about Wheelie, and I really don't like Wheelie very much. But here we see now, it's Viewfinder that's dead. And here we go. This is why he's dead. I hope this camera picks it up. There you go, look. They've crash landed and he's got a big shear of glass right through the centre of him. Yes, that would kill most people. And the comic pans along. It's quite good, actually. You probably think, what's he looking at? And here they are, one of the shots with them together there. This is the only time I think they've really been focused on in a comic book adaptation. Needless to say, Wheelie tricks them and they blow themselves up. So there's no more Reflector. Maybe that's where he went. Maybe this is the explanation of what happened after the movie. Reflector went off to do a mission for the Decepticons and he crashed. And there he goes, and now we know how he died. Right, that rounded it up quite nicely, didn't it? Right, I hope that was some insight into Reflector, and if you can get hold of the toy, by all means do. But as I said, he's not the easiest one to get hold of nowadays. Anyway, that's me, that's Starscream, signing off saying take care, and see you all out there.
This stuff's the greatest!